Okay. All right. I'll first start with sort of my introduction and then go into what we are doing at Pulse Energy. So I've been in the SaaS industry for about 15 years, basically product management. 4 of them spent in EV charging, and that answers Jan's question of why did I get into this business? Because I've seen how EV infrastructure works in the US and came back here, decided that India will need India-specific solutions for EV charging. Now, going to Pulse Energy, what we do as a company, we help fleet operators scale up their operations across India without having to worry about charging. So they want to set up a charging station. We don't provide any hardware, we provide all the software. So we've tied up with, like 42 fleet operators actually use our platform today. We clock somewhere around 250 units per day. We're partnered with 7 CPOs. And we are India's first WhatsApp-based charging. So there's 40 different apps that you have to download when you buy an EV vehicle today in India. You don't have to do that. You can just scan the QR code, go to WhatsApp, just start, pay, do all of that operations right there. So that's what we do. We are focused on. Again, as you know, Bala and Vimal were saying, we focus on customer. Who the customer is, what's their problem, solve for it. So what's our vision? Our vision, ultimately, as we've worked with fleet operators, we discovered that making a payment to a charger is going to be the biggest hurdle because there are discrete systems out there which don't talk to each other. So our vision is to be the catalyst to enable that ubiquitous system. The wireframe that you're seeing there is essentially what we thought up, me and our team, when thinking about, like, someone should just open up any payment app that they use today, go to a charging station, just scan it, enter how much they want to charge for, and then just get started. There's no need to download an app, call someone, send a pigeon, nothing like that. Just open an app and just start. So what we did was we tied up with, thanks to Sujit, kind of helping us onboard energy network running on backend. Again, this demo that we're going to show you, it's built on a network that's probably a week, it's just been a week old. So forgive me if there's any issues that happen with it.
Next one.
But
next one.
If this fails, I'll show you a video of how this works. So so what you're going to see here is essentially our WhatsApp bot. So if I send hi in here, it'll actually ask you, okay, share your location. So I'm just going to go into my WhatsApp and share the location where I'm located. So you'll see the screen pop up. So now it's got it's understood where I am. It's asking me what kind of vehicle do you drive. Again, 90% of the charging stations out there used by 3-wheelers. I select 3-wheeler. What's happening now is actually a live request going to backend, going to all the CPOs that's actually working with each other, talking to backend, fetching the closest charging station. So now I have the charger list. So let me just open that up. So these are closest charging stations. You can see what they offer as a power, what's their tariff, what's the status of each one of them. So it looks like 2 of them are charging. Well, I want to look at this. Let me go there. I click on this. I click next. So I've selected a charging station. What's the next question? Wow. I want to charge. I just put in 10 rupees. And it tells me how would you like to pay. Again, WhatsApp Pay or online payment. For the demo purposes, I'll just show online payment. Here, what I'm going to get, hopefully, is a link to the payment link. I click on this. It opens up a payment. If anyone's gracious enough, go ahead and scan. Otherwise, I'm going to scan this. Okay. Let me pay for the transaction. Hopefully, it pays. Transactions. Oh, okay. Live demos. Hopefully this works. Okay, let me just try something else now. I'll try another bank. Let's see. Nope. Transaction declined.
No, it's probably the.
All right. I'm gonna show you a video then. Blame it on the banks, right? So I selected the charging station. And what I'm doing here is I've selected the charging station. I've said online payment. I click on the link. It didn't work for me. I make the payment, and the transaction succeeds. As soon as the transaction succeeds, it shows me payment successful, and it asks me to go and connect the vehicle to the charger. Once that's done, it's actually sending a live request to a charging station. So you can see at the end, partially shipped and charging has started. And this was live yesterday, so there's proof that people have seen this work. So actual request went from the WhatsApp bot through a beacon-enabled network for energy transactions, went to the charger's management portal, and then sent the message down to the charger. The charger looked at and said, okay, is there a vehicle actually connected? And it actually sends a request back saying, yep, it's connected, and let's just start charging. And we could actually live record, see all the logs of the charger too. So this is the charger that I was trying right now. So if it worked, if the banks didn't fail me, we would have seen that, okay, it's actually sent a request out. So switching back into, okay, why did we do this? What's the reason for building this, right? So let's just talk about the problem statement here. It's because real world interoperability is actually quite messy. Got 2 minutes. So just to get those 2 dots there, the blue and the yellow dots, just to get them to speak to another network, you're talking about 3 different agreements, and that too between enterprises. Why do you need that? It just doesn't work. And that's the same across the world. So every country now has their own roaming protocol. So we looked at, if anyone's familiar with Beacon, you're already familiar with this. We looked at the internet. How does the internet work? How does a computer speak to a website? You don't have an agreement specifically to access that website. So we decided, well, we can take Beacon in its pure form, build a different schema for energy, and make that up. So you looked at, you can actually search for a charger, you can start a charger, and you can pay for a charger. So how does this look in real world when it's actually full-blown production? It's actually an open network to exchange energy. So we're calling it Unified Energy Interface. The idea is, so the ones on top are essentially all the BAPs, as you say. That's your Google Pay, your Phone Pay, Google Maps, all of those folks. And then at the bottom, you're going to have all the charging station operators. So those are the CPOs who are going to be there. They're going to communicate with each other. And here, there's no agreements. It's just a single certification just to access that network. That's it. So starting tomorrow, like as Bala was saying, if a tier 2 user wants to set up a charging station and run this, they're no longer inhibited by, okay, how do I get this into this large oil company's application? They don't need to. They will be discovered through that network. So that's the underlying reason why we are invested in kind of building this out. Looking forward, if anyone of you in this audience know any of the state discoms, please do let me know. Would love to work with them, get their charging stations onto this network. If, now that the WhatsApp bot's working, we also have enabled this on our application so you can scan, get the code to the app. And I forgot one more question, 26 seconds. Okay, so how do we prevent the grids from collapsing? So this is where, in India, what we're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing energy storage devices back up the grid. So you don't need that much power coming from the grid. You'll actually have chargers, and the demand for chargers will keep growing. But the way you scale that backend is by putting in extra energy storage packs. And you'll get those extra storage energy packs from the recycling of vehicles that's going on right now. Good, Jan?
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Akhil, thank you very much. Give him a hand for that one. And I'm very impressed having someone on stage doing a live demo. And you all know live demos are really, really a challenge, and you worked that through. Thank you very much. Thanks for that.